y'all to the Thursday, June 22nd, 2023 regular monthly meeting of the Portsmouth City School Board. This meeting is now called to order. I ask you please stand at this moment of time for a brief moment of silence. I now ask that Ms. Yolanda Thomas will lead us in our pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Agenda item 3.4 is the school board mission statement. Ms. Thomas.
The mission of the Portsmouth Public School Division is to engage all students in learning that will foster academic excellence and responsible citizenship.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 3.5, attendance, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Present.
Here.
Here.
Present.
Present. Thank you so much. Agenda item 3.6, consideration of the agenda for June 22nd, 2023. The agenda is before you. I entertain a motion at this time.
Move for approval.
Motion made by Ms. Thomas and second by Ms. Futrell. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson? Dr. Cotton?
Yes.
Mrs. Futrell? Yes. Mrs. Shoemake?
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas?
Yes.
Dr. Patillo?
Yes.
It's unanimous.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 4.1, this is a happy but sad occasion. It is the last report for our student representative, Ms. Akins.
Good evening, Superintendent Dr. Bracey, Chairman Dr. Patillo, Vice Chair Atkinson, members of the board, and guests. I hope everyone is well. So this last report of mine is going to be shared with my co-chair, Ms. Cooper. I would like to first acknowledge the fact that it is Pride Month. It's so important for us to acknowledge and support Pride Month. By doing so, we are creating a safe and inclusive environment for all students, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity.
It is an opportunity to celebrate diversity and promote acceptance, which can have a profound impact on the mental health and well-being of LGBTQ plus youth. When students feel seen and heard, they are more likely to strive academically and socially. So let's continue to spread love and acceptance this Pride Month and beyond. We are writing to provide an update on the progress of our schools in Portsmouth, Virginia. Over the past year, we have made significant strides in improving academic outcomes, promoting equality and inclusion, and enhancing the overall student experience. Throughout our term, we have made strides in creating a more inclusive environment for all students. Me and my co-representative have worked closely with community partners and other students to develop practices that promote equality and respect for diversity. We are committed to continuing this work and to ensure that all students feel valued and supported.
The district has also made significant investments in improving the physical infrastructure of our schools. We have renovated classrooms, teacher lounges, upgraded our technology, and enhanced security measures to ensure the safety of students and staff. While doing this, we also explored new ways to engage students in extracurricular activities and promote a positive school culture. We would also like to acknowledge the fact that over 800 students graduated from Portsmouth Public High Schools last Saturday. Let's give them a hand. As seniors, standing right here, we will say it was not easy at all. Easy for students, teachers, or parents. It was definitely a journey. So I would just like to congratulate all the seniors, all the families, everyone. Overall, I am proud of the progress made in Portsmouth and remain committed to providing the best possible environment and education for Portsmouth students. I am so very excited to see the work the next school board representative will put in with the school board, and I'm glad I got to work with you all. Any questions?
Vice Chair Atkinson.
Thank you, thank you. I just want to thank both of you for serving. But Ms. Aiken, I could have sworn I was at a scholarship event today, over $1 million given away. Can you share with the board your scholarship award amount?
So I won the Beasley Scholarship, which was $17,000.
From the Beasley Foundation.
Alrighty.
Well, I just
thank
want
you
to
all.
thank you all. Thank you both for your service to the school board this year and to our school community. You did a wonderful job. I want to congratulate you both on being honor graduates at your respective high schools. You all represent the city well. You represent the school board well, and it's been an honor to work with you this year. And I wish you all so much success in the future.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Agenda item 5.1 and 5.2 are public comment, board, non-agenda and board agenda items. Do we have any speakers at this time?
Ms. Anthena Perry.
All right, Ms. Perry? All right, not present.
Ms. Charlene Mitchell Faulkner.
Ms. Faulkner? Not present.
Ms. Shakira Daniels.
Ms. Daniels?
Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much. Agenda items 6.1 through 6.14 are consent agenda items. I will entertain a motion at this time. Motion made by Vice Chair Atkinson and second by Ms. Futrell. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson. Mrs. Boone.
Yes.
Dr. Cotton.
Yes.
Mrs. Futrell.
Yes.
Mrs. Shoemake.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Dr. Patillo.
Yes.
It's unanimous.
Thank you so much. Under the consent agenda, you notice 6.4 was a student representative and an alternate to the school board for 2023 and 24. I want to introduce them at this time if they want to come forward. We have our school board representative, would be Ms. Karina Drummond. And our school board alternate would be Ms. Aaliyah Gardner. And I'll allow you both to introduce yourselves briefly.
Okay. Hi, how is everybody? My name is Karina Drummond. I go to Manor High School, and I just want to say I'm so excited for this opportunity, and I'm so excited to serve and help make PPS grow even bigger than what it is today, and just help those kids get to a better light, find their way after these 4 long years. I'd love to spread just a little bit of knowledge, so thank
All right,
you.
Thank you.
Wait, that's tough to talk right there. Hi, my name is Aaliyah Gardner. I'm excited to pick up where my predecessors left off. I am committed to bringing joy and love to, even more love to our schools, and as I said in my interview, fighting for the rights of LGBT students. That's something that's important to me, and I can't wait to work with our student rep on that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I look forward to working with you both, and we're going to keep you all busy and active this year, so get ready. Agenda item 7.1 is our monthly report from Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. DeVries.
Okay, good evening, School Board Chairman Patillo, Vice Chair Atkinson, school board members, and Dr. Bracy. You have a full briefing of C&I highlights in your packet, including professional development opportunities for teachers this summer, student artwork that's on display at the book club, and summer curriculum work taking place, as well as a bunch of other things for you to read at your leisure. This evening, Senior Supervisor of Gifted and Dual Enrollment, Dr. Cherie Davis, is going to present information regarding this year's dual enrollment program. So please come to the stand. Thank you.
Good evening to Dr. Bracy, Chairman Patillo, Vice Chair Atkinson, school board members. This evening, I will provide you with a recap of the 2022-2023 dual enrollments.
I'm overjoyed that Portsmouth Public Schools has given me this opportunity to be able to understand what it's like to be within the workforce.
My experience here has influenced me to think about dentistry in my future.
Never had a job before this. I didn't really know what the day-to-day life was, and I feel like this experience is perfect for me because I can go out of my comfort zone and not be so shy.
I really enjoy working at Mercy Chefs. They're really nice people and the staff is awesome and they're willing to help you.
Working for Dr. Holly was
No problem. No problem.
All right, we're having little technology issues here. We're gonna, if it's okay, we'll go ahead and go to Dr. Bracey's monthly report. Dr. Davis, I apologize. We'll do that quickly and then we'll bring you back up. Thank you.
All right, good evening. This was for the record, Mr. Hugel. This was already, we don't want to receive a bill. So I don't know who sits here. All right. All right, yeah, good evening, Chairman Patillo, Vice Chair Atkinson, members of the board. I feel like within the blink of an eye, you know, the 2022-23 school year has just gone by so quick. But we certainly ended it on a high note. This past Saturday, we were back at Chartway Arena at Old Dominion watching as the 866 members of the class of 23 received their diplomas. It was a wonderful day, and I want to again extend my congratulations to the graduates for all of their hard work. Of course, putting on a day of 3 back-to-back ceremonies does not happen with significant planning and scheduling. And I want to highlight our principals, our high school principals, for their work, as well as our Chief Schools Officer, Dr. Cromartie, and our Director of Auxiliary Services, Dr. Simmons, and the Division's Auxiliary Service team for ensuring the day went as smoothly as possible for all. Also, if you missed the live stream from the ceremony Saturday, do not fear. As in years past, the full graduation ceremonies are on the Division's YouTube channel and streaming on Portsmouth Schools Educational Television, which is Cox Channel 47 and Verizon Channel 40. You can also see photos all over Division's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and using the hashtag Caps and Gowns on social media. There's more great news to share. Last week, we learned our own Department of Communications brought home 5 honors at the 2023 National Schools Public Relations Association School Communication Awards. PPS staff submitted 5 entries to the Publications and Digital Media Excellence Awards, which recognize outstanding education publications, e-newsletters, digital media programs, radio, TV programs, social media, infographics, blogs, and websites. All 5 of the division's entries earned honors: 2 awards of excellence, 2 awards of merit, and 1 honorable mention. Now, here's the most important piece right here. It should come as no surprise that my holiday video message was one of the Award of Excellence winners. Yeah. So clearly the organization knows talent when they see it. But all kidding aside, congratulations to our incredibly talented communication team for those well-deserved awards. Finally, as a reminder, we're now on our summer schedule. All schools and administrative offices will shift to 10-hour days, Monday through Thursday. Then all the buildings will be closed on Fridays. This schedule will be in place from Friday, August 18th, and we'll go back to our normal schedule on Monday, August 21st. Thank you, Chairman Patillo. That concludes my report.
Thank you so much. I just want to say congratulations again to Lauren and her team. And I say this all across the country that we have the best communications director in the entire nation, and I really believe that. And in moments where we should be embarrassed and fall short, she makes us look good every single time, and I really appreciate her for all that she does and her talented team. They're amazing, so I thank them for that. We're now backtrack to our 7.1 curriculum report, and Dr. Davis, if you can return for your dual enrollment presentation. Thank you.
All right. You can go ahead to the next slide. All right, so what you have in front of you here is the dual enrollment students by high school, and we compare them from fall to fall and spring to spring, from fall 2021 to spring 2023. So if you look at the two highlighted columns, that shows the fall. So in the fall 2022, we had an increase from the last school year of 35 students, which give us 272 students in the fall. Spring, we had a gain of 36. At IC Norcom, we had a little dip of 3 students, but that still put us at 289 students in the program. You go to the next slide. So our PPS First College students for spring 2022-23, 22, we had 180 students, and we increased by 5 students, giving us a total of 185 students in the First College program. So this information is given to us by TCC, and they pulled that based on fall 2022 data. So this is the percentages of students by gender. So here you have those numbers. Also, they also provide me with the race and ethnicity data as well, so that we can look at the proportions of where our students are coming from. So if you take a look at that, that is the information that Tidewater Community College provides us for that information. So here we look at the first college courses that are given in the fall, and I'm providing you here the number of students that are enrolled, the number of students successful, and the success rates for the courses provided. In some areas, such as Art 100 and Mart 120, we had a dip there because of, in Mart 120, you have to complete the certification. So that means we had 9 students that did not complete the certification. And then the Art 100, what we found that class was virtual, which was an impact for students. So we've been in conversation with TCC to ensure that that class is in person for next year. So part of my job is gifted education. So one of the things I did was track how many students in the first college program were gifted students. So out of those students, we had 113 students that were gifted students. And I've also given you the breakdown by school. All right, so here we have our first college academic standings. We had 141 students who were in good standing. That means their GPA was 2.0 or higher, and we only had 19 students who were on academic warning for this school year. All right, so our early college enrollment, just to give you a brief overview, the early college program is the program that sets the students up to receive their associate's degree. So in 2020, we had 67 students, 2021, 101 students, 2022, 114, and this school year we had 138 students enrolled in the early college program. So here for our early college academic standings, these are the students who received an associate's degree or a certificate. So we had a total of 30 students. All of them were in good standing and no one on academic warning. So these students, we had 26 students to complete the associate's degree program. We had 3 students that received an Associate of Science, 1 received Associate of Social Science, 19 to receive Associate of General Studies, and 3 to receive an Associate of General Education. Of those 26 students, 21 students received the governor's medallion, and they had to have a specific GPA and courses passed. So those students, we had 21 out of 26 to receive the governor's medallion. So talking about future, projections for graduation for 2024 of students receiving an associate's degree, right now we project that we will have 42 students to graduate with an associate's degree next year. So we are praying that they stay the course. And we do, if we have students that do kind of fall off, they can still get the certificate, but we're hoping that all of them will come on. We will have 42 students to graduate associate's degree next year. And this is just a few pictures from the graduation. So you can just flip through those. That's a few of those. You can go to the next one. So before I take my seat and entertain questions, I just would like to thank Ms. Nolasco and her team for putting together this video. Just some testimonials from a few students.
I most recently achieved graduating college with my associate's degree before I graduated high school. Thankfully for the dual enrollment program that Portsmouth Schools offers, that helps me follow my career path that I want to do at an early stage in my life, where I don't have to use even more years, where I can start what I want to do earlier.
My counselor, she recommended it to me, and I was transferring over from another school, and I didn't know anything about dual enrollment. I was just like, oh, okay. So I took Biology 1, College Composition 1 and 2, African American Literature.
I knew what I wanted for myself, and I knew that I wanted to get a head start instead of being stressed over. Like freshman year, I was always told, oh, freshman year of college is gonna be difficult. So I was like, let me go ahead and get this head start and do all the prerequisites that I need to get out for my degree. That way I can go ahead and do all the classes I'm going to love.
The major benefit of taking college classes while in high school, you save a bunch of money because those classes are very expensive. And when I got there, they paid for everything, and we got a free laptop on top of that. So me walking the stage for college graduation instead of high school first, it felt really weird. They told us, they were just like, if you're a dual enrollment graduating, stand up. And it was just so real.
It felt like all the hard work that I gave finally paid off. Because if I can do this in high school, what can I do when I'm out of high school? I plan on attending JMU in the fall, pursuing a biology on pre-med track.
I plan to attend VCU. I'm going to be majoring in accounting and minoring in Spanish. Graduate college versus high school first. It means something, especially because not everybody gets that opportunity. I earned the experiences, was obviously my credits. I got my diploma.
That concludes my report. Thank you all.
Dr. Davis, thank you so much for that report. Do we have any questions? Wow, that's loads. I make sure my phone went on. I was like, what is that? Ms. Thomas.
I just have a comment, Dr. Davis. Thank you so much for the presentation. And I think our dual enrollment first college program partnership with TCC is one of the greatest avenues and opportunities for our students. So thank you for, just showing us the impact to some of those graduates. I love to see the numbers going in the positive, increasing. I think last year we had one of the top number of students enrolled and graduating from First College out of the whole Hampton Roads area. So that really makes me proud, and thank you for the work that you continue to do. And you always come with the numbers, so
yes, you do.
Thank you so much. All right.
Ms. Boone.
I, too, want to say thank you for that presentation. I, too, love to see the numbers. I am such a huge fan of our dual enrollment program as well. My daughter was a beneficiary of that program. Our 2019 student rep, Tanaya, took advantage of that and finished Virginia State in 2 years, is now at the University of Chicago in law school because of that. So I'm excited to see those numbers, and I'm excited to see that 42 come to fruition as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
Dr. Cotton.
Yeah, I'm excited that my son is in the number. He is now a rising 8th grader at Churston Middle, so
Yes.
I'm looking forward to him excelling because of that as well.
Yes,
So
thank you so much.
for all that you all do.
Thank you so much.
And I just want to use this moment of privilege to brag that our division is the only division in this area that has this track where our students can graduate with an associate's degree when finishing high school. And that's something that Portsmouth should be proud of and that we should use as bragging rights wherever we go. And I'll also say that we didn't start this track until 9 years ago when we had our new superintendent. So I want to thank him for bringing that program to our city and allowing our students to be successful the way they're being successful now. And enough credit is not given when we talk about our first college program. And to see that even next year, the numbers are going to increase even more, that's something that we should all be proud of. And I just want to thank our staff and our superintendent for all they do to keep this program going.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And with that being said, it's time to vote on the superintendent's contract. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But we do have agenda item 8.2, roll call vote, consideration of proposed changes to the superintendent's contract. I entertain a motion at this time.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chair Atkinson, second by Ms. Boone. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Boone?
Absolutely.
Dr. Cotton?
You better believe it.
Mrs. Futrell?
Of course.
Mrs. Shoemake?
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas?
Yes.
Dr. Patillo?
Is that me?
Yes.
Emphatically, yes.
It's unanimous.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 8.3, board member comments. Anybody have comments or questions at this time or concerns? Ms. Thomas.
Thank you, Chair. As we come to a close and in and out our school year, we use the summertime to really kind of do improvements to our school. And one of the things we have been discussing was the purchasing of our weapons detection system for our elementary school. And I just wanted to get an update on that. I know we're kind of behind on when we were planning to order to have those in place for the upcoming school year. So do we have an answer on the funding from the city on that yet?
Dr. Bracy.
Yes, Ms. Thomas, we had a liaison meeting last week, I believe it was, and at that time, the question came up in regards to our weapons detection system. One of the things that we wanted to share, that we shared with the city liaisons, that the end-of-year funds were going to be earmarked, as the board has put in place for CTE initiatives and upgrades that we will do in the upcoming year. And I think it was the city manager was waiting to see if end-of-year funds could be used for weapons detection system. So we were able to share with them that any unencumbered funds would be obligated from us to ask them to reallocate for the purpose of CTE improvements and upgrades in the division. So now we'll wait to hear back.
Do we know when we'll have was there a timeline on that response?
No. The members from the city council, the liaisons, they were going to take that information back and share it with the remainder of council and the city manager as to what the board would like to see.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Shoemake.
And yes, just to add, because I was also in the meeting along with board member Sarah Duncan Hines, they did state that they will go back, but we also provided them with a timeline as to when we needed to implement that particular system. And I want to say that you stated 3 months. It would take about 3 months, which is during the summertime. And that doesn't include training as well. So we also expressed that we would need to have an answer back sooner rather than later so that we can possibly do it before the beginning of next school year.
Okay, can I? And we had a budget and finance meeting. It was before May. And one of the things I just want to stress is, Mr. Falk, with our purchasing, lots of school districts are purchasing security systems. And so we run the risk of a backlog in ordering, is my understanding, which might even extend the timeline.
Yeah,
Sorry.
at one point when we ordered the original ones, we were one of the original school districts that were ordering that particular system. Not that that's the only one in America. But right now, there's a backlog from what we understand. We had a meeting back in early May with the manufacturer, and they had set some systems aside for us. But because we did not have the funding, we lost those systems. So what they told us at that point, 2 to 3 months as a backlog. Now, that could change, obviously, with supply chain, but it's not as instant as it was, say, back in December.
Thank you, Mr. Falk. So just to be clear, we've basically lost the summertime to even implement, install, train on those systems, and therefore will not have those systems in place for the start of the upcoming school year.
According to the last conversation we had, it's going to take them a little while to get those systems. So they're not readily available at this point.
Thank you so much for the update.
And I believe that at our retreat, we're going to have a discussion in reference to security and what it would look like for the start of the school year as well with that.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments or questions?
I guess my question would be is what would that look like if we do receive the money? Does that interrupt the school day, or would they have to install on the weekend? So my question is, how would that look if we do receive the money?
I think if we receive the money and we're able to order the systems, we will be able to get the training done and do the installation during the year, similar to what we did with the at the secondary level. So as soon as we place the order and just go through the timeline, we can transition the training with the staff and should be able to get operating sometime in the school year.
Wow.
Ms. Shumate?
I just have a small comment. I just wanted to say thank you to Mr. Falk and to Dr. Bracy for all that you do. I don't think people take into account enough, regarding the level of how you have to react and what you have to do on a daily basis. I don't think they understand some of the things that you have to endure, dealing with the schools, dealing with people. And for you, Mr. Falk, dealing with the budget, I just want to say thank you. You are one of the best in Hampton Roads. And, I don't want anyone to approach you with any inaccurate information and, discredit you in any way. I have seen it. I don't like it. And I just want to let you know I appreciate you and everything that you do. And I want to caution any new and seasoned politician, when you are coming into a new role, please make sure that when you come to other individuals with information, please make sure that that information is factual and not the opinion of very few, because you have hardworking people that do the work on a daily basis and make sure that the work that they do is admirable, and they take pride in the work that they do. This is hard work. This is not easy. And I see it from a day-to-day basis from different perspectives. So for me, I want to say thank you all, because I know what you do, and I know that it's not the easiest thing. And you have to, for you, Dr. Bracy, you have to answer to 9 people. That is not easy. And so I appreciate you taking the time to at least hear us out, and for the most part, implement what we request that is important to not just our children, not just the students and the teachers, bus drivers and all administration, but to the citizens of Portsmouth. So I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. With any other, Ms. Futrell?
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to congratulate our very own Ms. Duran. the head of our Human Resource Department, for hosting a very successful job fair on yesterday. If we could give her and her team a hand. We know that they are working diligently to fill those gaps that everybody across the nation is feeling right now. And so we appreciate you all. We know it's not easy, but we just want you to know that we do thank you. And please keep going, because we need all of you. Thank you.
Any other board member comments? All right. Well, I want to thank you all again to the staff. I mentioned it earlier, but for your hard work this school year. This is our last board meeting for this school year. It's been a rough year, but we made it. Our students were successful, and for that, I'm extremely grateful for all that you do. This meeting is always one of the lower in attendance. Everybody's already on vacation with us. So thank you all for being here on the night, and I consider this meeting adjourned.